All right, yo. Hopefully the audio is working. Um, so today is June 10th. This is week 2 of me going to the gym. Really, technically, it's week 1 because last week I started going. I went once. However, the rest of the week was kind of weird, and I'm not going. But a little quick recap. So last week I ended up getting food poisoning, which was rough for those first 2 days, and then after that, God healed me and blessed me, which was great and amazing. Trading was cool. I make a video about that. I did get into a UJ trade, and God blessed me again. But, I'm out of breath. But God is good. It's been a great day so far. My old manager reached out to me, and I got to go see him and see one of my old coworkers, but at the new place that he's working at this coffee roastery place, and that was really awesome. Went there, he made me a drink that was amazing. If y'all are ever in the area, go visit the Daily Java Solutions for all my coffee folks. But oh wait, King's Coffee Company, sorry, that's what it's called. If y'all can see that, yeah, go see my boy, go see my guy. But it's great, man, getting to see them, and simple fact of knowing that the beautiful thing about transition is when you don't ignore it, when you pay attention to it, when you recognize it, you're able to receive all of the goodness, all of the joy, and leave on good terms, And even though it is transition, it's like, what's that saying they say in the movies? It's like, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, like stuff like that. So it's like, I got to celebrate and leave with them, and yet it's almost been a year since I left, and I'm still great friends with him to the point where he reached out, checked in, I pulled up, went to go see him. We had a great conversation, but I'm feeling really good. I'm happy, I'm joyous. I'm trying to slow down and allow God to really order my steps. I think sometimes I get so eager about wanting to do new things or re-implement old things that I forget to allow God to recreate it. And so even in the case of the gym, I think I've talked about it before, but I'm a big gym person. Always have been, always will be. But before I moved out like home to move out here to Dallas, I was in the gym all the time, but I was going through so much that the gym really became my escape. It became my vice. And so when I moved out here and God started to do new work in me, I found myself more happy, more joyous. And anytime I would go to the gym, I would really enjoy the gym, but it didn't stick. Like, it wasn't like I had this internal longing to feel something that the gym used to be in that place to fill that void for me. And so since God was providing this love, God was filling that hole, that void, the gym never really stuck. And it kind of bothered me because I know that I love being active. I know that I love being outside. I know that I love working out and seeing myself grow and progress. But for some reason, I just couldn't. And so over the last week, I, kind of prayed and been trying to stay consistent with that because, when I got food poisoning, I really got thrown off and kind of attacked spiritually a little bit. So just getting back on track again, praying in my closet, all the things. And I was having a conversation with, and I say this every video, but I don't know if I've said her name on here, but she knows who I'm talking about. It's the person that I'm teaching how to trade. But she helped me to realize that I need to submit the process to God and make room for God to create this process and to implement this process, and rebuild that love for the gym in me, the way that he sees fit. And maybe I'm making it more complicated than what it is, but I just want to make sure I'm being intentional with submitting that process to him. So decided that today I was going to get up, I was going to eat, I was going to go visit my old boss, and then at some point today I would go to the gym. I felt really great. So as soon as I got home, I washed some clothes, and I went straight to the gym. Just got done working out, and I'm happy. I'm content. I have some other stuff I need to get done, but yeah, it's a good day. It's a great week. It's going to be a great week. God's already revealed some stuff to me you know, even learning about a new prop firm. Well, new prop firm to me, it's actually an older prop firm, but it's called E8 Markets, which more than likely might end up being my next, my second account. Once I get funded with this account, with this top tier account, I think I might go to E8 Markets and have an account with them, but we'll see in time. But, you know, slowing down, allowing him to fulfill this process and allow it to go the way that he wants. Like, for example, I literally woke up this morning, submitted this day to God. I was like, God, Lord, whatever you want to do today, have your way. And as I was at the gym about to leave, as I was walking to my car, my manager for valet, he texted me asking me what the covers were for the account tonight. And I was really confused, come to find out. Technically, I'm supposed to be at work right now. I'm not, because I'm here making this video. And I was just at the gym. And I was like, yo, I didn't even know I was supposed to work today. Like, y'all took away my Tuesday shift. And, you know, so here I am. And he was like, are you able to make it? I was like, no, like, I'm not nowhere close. He's like, okay, cool. Like, it's fine. And so, yeah, I have no worry, no anxiety about it. You know, this is how the Lord wanted the day to go. So if he wanted me to work, I would have checked my schedule, would have saw. I wasn't even thinking about work. I was so content in resting and walking with him. So here I am, and I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm not worried about it. He provides, and I'm choosing him today. So yeah, but yeah. All right, yo, so today is June 10th. It's currently 6 p.m. I've been home chilling, a little tired post-workout, but I just got into a trade. So this is one of my trade setups for the, oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. My bad. This is one of my trade setups for the week. So just quick top-down analysis. This is the highest prices closed in over a week. So we're there, go down to the daily. Price broke above, came back, retested the level. So just a simple fib setup. Go down to 8. Now, price pushed up. There was this crazy 2-hour candle, or 2 hours worth of candle, where price really just pulled back. So after seeing this morning, I knew I was gonna have to be a little bit more patient, and I wanted to wait to see a flip of momentum. And so the market day just closed. That daily candle closed like this, where price really pushed up, or really pushed down, but still sellers lost a lot of momentum by the end of the day. So I knew coming into this week, or coming into the beginning of this trading day, I was going to want to see an immediate flip of momentum of some kind, see a lower high of some kind. And sure enough, the first 2-hour candle after the market closed engulfed the previous 3 candles and closed pretty high. So went ahead and just got in right there. I can't click my, what's it called, but I think it's here. Yeah, let's do that. Same thing on my Hakanashi. That hourly candle closed, flipped, created this little green one. And so just got in, up and decided to get in. So here is my, what's it called? My trade locker actually in the account. Where'd it go? There's a balance. I'll make about, if this trade goes and hits TP, this is about a 8% winner. So we'll see what happens. If I lose, I'll lose 2% swap fee and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll keep y'all updated with this trade. But feeling pretty good about it. I mean, it's already in profit. It seems like the buyers definitely have a lot of momentum. Maybe there'll be a scale-in opportunity. I also have a setup for EJ if EJ ever wants to properly pull back, but I think it's already too late. I think EJ is just ready to really take off. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, just got to this trade. So all right, yo, so today's June 12th. It's currently 1 a.m. It's been a great day. It's been a phenomenal day. Today's day 2 of me being in the gym, but quick update. So trade lost, hit stop loss. It was a very interesting trade because when I got in, let's see, I got in here off of this engulfing. Price immediately dropped, almost hit stop loss. Had a pretty, okay stop loss placement, but immediately after that, price went back up. Now, I had set up, if I had been a little bit more patient, this would have been my better entry, somewhere in here off of this 4-hour doji right in there. But, you know, it wasn't my actual entry. But price then pushed back up, and I was actually up in profit for a while, say up until about 10. And then after that, price just kind of reversed all the way until the daily. Now, as soon as I saw the daily, did kind of notice how price is definitely meeting this resistance. And the thing about trading is, or at least the thing about the market, is if price is going to break through a level, price will just break through it. It's not going to hesitate. It's not going to delay for an extended period of time, like 24 hours. You know, so especially with these yen pairs, because if price is consolidating and barely moves, we're talking about a pair. The yen pairs are very volatile, and they will move hundreds of pips, you know, if not 100 pips a day, when it's actually moving. And so after I saw that daily close and I was like, I'm literally at break even, I kind of felt like this trade was going to hit stop or was going to hit TP, but I was like, you know what? I'll just let the trade run. We'll see what happens. I was like, I have this trend line. If it wants to reverse, it'll reverse. But this daily candle, actually, I guess news just hit. I don't know what happened, but right in here, it's just been super bearish over the last hour, give or take. So yeah, just been really bearish, but it's all good. I'm currently down about 1.5% on my prop challenge, which is fine. I can have one really good trade setup, or, you know, another 2 winning trades. So we'll see. And the beautiful thing about this is price is reversing. So there'll be a setup maybe later this week, or if not next week, probably next week, to see price reverse, TP down in here. Same thing with my other pairs with, well, maybe EJ is still EJ is moving very interesting. I really don't know what EJ is doing. It needs to pull back and get to here, so hopefully we can get that. And EJ is still very bullish, so we'll see. We'll see there. What's GA? GA is being weird. I feel like there's something better here, but I don't know. But anyways, that's where we're at. Overall psychology, like I said, I feel absolutely amazing. I went to Bible study today. Bible study was great. I've been going to the gym. God's got me covered, so I'm not worried. I am a successful, consistent, profitable day trader. Trading comes with losses, and it puts me in a position to understand that, even in thinking in probability, that I am that much closer to having a winning trade, you know? So it's all good, because my average losing streak is 3, no more than 3. Sometimes I think it's about, my average is technically like 2 to 3, but you know, we're on track to having another winning trade, so it's all good. But yeah. Okay, today is the 17th of June. I'm currently heading to the gym. Couple things. So I've been working Thursday through Sunday like I normally do, valeting, and I did not make any videos as far as like trades and like just other things like that. So just quick little recap. So I ended up getting to another trade. I got into EJ, and my EJ trade actually ended up hitting stop loss. And the markets have been very interesting right now, because it's, so long story short, I think come to find out, Israel got bombed, I believe. Sorry, I haven't like really looked at the news article yet, but world news stuff has been happening, and it's been affecting the markets, and it's caused my yen pairs to move a little weird, to really break structure and then re-break structure, but not in a traditional consolidation sense where price will kind of move like this, like real staticky, like it's actually moving within this range, and it's legitimate moves, like big bodies, little wicks, but price is breaking structure. So GJ started to consolidate coming into this week, and then same with, EJ actually opened up and went bullish, even though it did break structure down, and had this little head and shoulder setup. And so I got into EJ last week. That trade hit stop loss, and coming into this week, I got into GJ again, because price opened up very, very, very strong, Price went up, closed above a weekly high, retested that weekly high, and gave strong evidence that price was going to lose momentum and respect that level and then continue back up. I got into that trade. Price created like a 2-hour or 4-hour tweezer bottom, and right after that, the second 8-hour candle closed. So that which would be, I want to say 8 a.m. in the morning. Price just collapsed for those last 8 hours of the day. So which was today, officially proving to me that price is consolidating. And so that's the only thing that sucks, is because sometimes you have to lose a trade or two to realize that price is a consolidation. If there are setups, sometimes you don't. But in this case, I did. So I lost 2 trades for GJ from last week and this week. And then I also lost an EJ trade. And so that kind of sucks, you know, on a 3-trade losing streak. However, the good thing about it in trading psychology is understanding that trading is about probability. And the more consistent you are, the more accurate your probability will be. And so even though, yes, there's a lot of news and stuff like that happening right now, I'm acting on every single time my edge is presented, every single time my intuition flares up and it's like, yo, like this. Every time my eyes see an opportunity, I'm acting on it. And they're all great opportunities, you know, solid opportunities, consistent opportunities. And I can't control the outcome, but I am happy to know that I have been executing, you know. And so even with news is going to be news. News either causes price to go your direction or it causes price to go against you. Sometimes news causes price to stay in alignment with the technicals. Sometimes news causes price to go against the technicals. You don't know until you know, but it's best to be in a position to know if you're in a trade versus sit back. I'm gonna just wait until news settles, and then you see a setup, but you didn't take it because you were so prioritized and focused on news that price goes your direction. Like, dang, if I had gone in, news would have caused this trade to do this. You know, it is what it is sometimes, but for me, I'd rather just get in, execute, and be in the position, you know. So if I lose, I lose. That's okay, you know, but I've back tested. I'm so confident through all the back testing that I've done that I'm okay with taking those losses because I know they'll come right back. So I'm on a 3-trade losing streak, which is a good thing. My average losing streak is about 3 trades. So that means my 4th trade more than likely will be a winning trade. And after 3 trades, I always reset, figure out what's going on. And so I reset this morning, or I reset just a minute ago, went through my charts, realized that GJ is consolidating, so set that up. Felt the same about UJ, even though UJ does look like it's going to break up. It's at a resistance level right now, and price is getting here. So price has to push through, retest, and then continue back up. EJ, on the other hand, EJ consolidated before, but when the news hit, EJ broke out, and now it's moving up. So I'm going to say about 40 minutes ago, I got into a... Nice. Sorry, my dude Landon just texted me, but I got into EJ about 40 minutes ago, and I got in for buys. Feeling pretty confident about that trade, so we'll see what happens. I'll show you all that later when I get home. But yeah, God has been so good, so faithful to me, because traders like to talk about you have to be very robotic. You have to be able to consistently execute on your trade, no matter if you're on a 10-trade losing streak or a 50-trade winning streak. You have to be really consistent in your emotions, but that doesn't mean you're emotionless. And so when it comes to me trading and executing my trades, everything's honed in, everything's dialed in. I'm able to really, really, really hone in and suppress, remove, or understand where my emotions are coming from so that I can submit them to the Lord and make the best decision after I pray. And whether I get into this trade, whether I choose to not, whether I choose to wait, whether I choose to step back, you know. However, that doesn't mean I'm not feeling upset and fearful and worried at times, because after these 2 trades lost, it's like, man, we worked so hard just to get back to break even, got back to break even, and here I am on a 3-trade losing streak, and I'm out. Off of 3 weeks, I'm right back to being down about 5%, you know. And even on top of that, it's like I started this journey back in January. I had my goal, everything that I wanted to do, and traded through, and I haven't even passed phase 1 yet. You know, especially coming off of the success of last year. And it's a little frustrating. And then even too, like, the trick of the enemy is having me think about, man, am I doing enough? Am I doing my part? Am I studying enough? Am I going hard enough in that? Am I sacrificing enough? Am I not doing this? What am I doing? What am I not doing? Do I need to sacrifice? Like, just stuff like that. Thinking it's a give and a take to receive the reward of God, to receive the blessing of the Lord, and this and that, and that's not the case. And I'm so grateful for God, because he really reminded me of the journey. He sat me down and remembered, like, this is where we started. You were here. You didn't know a thing about trading. You didn't know anything about me. You were struggling with this. You didn't understand love, all these different things. Then I came in. I revealed myself to you. I redefined love in your life. You trusted in me, and you experienced these things. You started to have a little bit of success with trading. You fell in love with the skill. You continue to grow. You continue to grow. You continue to grow. You continue to change. You continue to be transformed and molded by my hand. And you trusted me through it all the way up until I transitioned you from everything that you knew to where you are today. I've got you. You trusted in me. You stepped out in faith. You stepped out in obedience to be here in this position. Continue going forward, you know. And I think, was it Hebrews? I think it's Hebrews 11 that talks about the faith. That talks about the faith. They call it like the Hall of Faith at the end of Hebrews 11. But anyways, there's a part where it talks about how they were so focused on God that they had, if their thoughts had produced, basically, if their thoughts had produced the idea of going back, they would have given themselves opportunities to go back, but they didn't, because they were so focused on the reward of Christ and the vision of the Lord that all they did was continue to go forward, to push and trust in him, even when they didn't receive it, or even when they couldn't receive it quite yet. And if there's one thing that I know, is that I can't go back. Every single time that I've transitioned, the idea of going back, if I fail, I have to go back home. That's not an idea. If working doesn't work, or it gets too complicated, or I can't pay for this or can't pay for that, I can just go back to my last job because I was doing really well. They love me, like this and that. It was never an option. God has blessed me with skills and abilities, and I have so much faith and confidence in God that he will be the reason why I become a successful, consistent, why I am it already, and why it will come to fruition. And it's out of my hands. I've made it this far because it's out of my hands, you know, and I will trust in him. And so last week, you know, at the end of the week, it was kind of rough because I was like, man, like, a little discouraged, but God reminded me of these things, of his faithfulness, and I'm confident in him. I trust in him. I love him. I'm nothing without him, but I'm grateful because all of my life he has been faithful. All of my life he has been so good, and he's changed everything in my life. And so why would I go against him now? You know, so it's the thing about trading, you know. Traders, we have emotions, but you have to understand where these emotions are coming from. And you have to, if you're a believer, you got to take those emotions, figure out what their needs are, their desires are, their wants are, and take those things and submit them to the Lord, because the Lord fulfills all of your needs, all of your wants, and all of your desires. But don't allow them to find fulfillment through the world and through these other things, because that's not, you won't find true fulfillment. You'll find something that's temporary. And I'm grateful, you know, I'm happy, I'm content. I'm about to go to the gym. I gotta go grab some water real quick. But yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna make a video about the trades, and also I'm gonna try to upload the video tonight. I'm gonna try to start uploading videos on Tuesdays, because my work schedule is weird and finicky, and busy on the weekends, and so Sundays aren't the most optimal and efficient and effective way for me to do things. So I think I'm gonna start to switch to Tuesdays. So I need to sit down and make that video tonight. But yeah, outside of that, I will see y'all later.